The Real Opinion is brought to you by Rainstorm Car Wash. Get in and get clean today.
All right, switching gears now from devastation to a little bit of something a little more fun for your morning. Let's see, the man with the real opinion, Geno Reynolds, is here with us to talk about Mud, Matthew McConaughey's new movie.
That's right. It's a limited release movie. It's right now the closest you can find it's in Bloomington, and I recommend if you love movies, this is one you want to see.
Okay, so what's the plot or kind of a little taste of it? Because I'm not familiar with it, and is it suspenseful, dramatic?
It's got a lot of everything. I mean, I wouldn't call it an action film, but it's definitely a thriller type film. It's definitely a kind of a whodunit in a way. What it is two children who are both from broken homes. One that never knew his father, he lives with his uncle, and the other is has parents that are on the verge of divorce, and they find a boat up in a tree that was put up there by a hurricane, and it almost has a Stand By Me feel because they like to go on adventures just to get away from their families.
Right.
And they find this boat, but what they realize is that someone is living in this boat, and enter Matthew McConaughey, who plays a character named Mud, who is a very simple but superstitious and mysterious guy that he tells all these stories, and they got to decide, is he telling the truth? Is he crazy? But Matthew McConaughey has this story about how he's in love with this woman, and he's waiting for her to come, and it almost sounded funny because he's got things about imagery about she has a bird on her hand and things like this, but the story turns out a lot of it, what he's saying is true. That's not really spoiling anything of the movie because you find that stuff out pretty quick.
Right.
But it's all about, is he a trustworthy guy? Is he the good guy? Is he misunderstood? There's a whole thing where people are looking for him, and it's just a really good you can never tell what's going to happen kind of thriller. Though the movie did end the way I thought it was going to end, I wasn't ever sure until it was over. So like I said, if you get a chance to go to Bloomington to go see it, I don't know if it's going to be there next week. It's just one of those movies that it's Matthew McConaughey's best performance ever, in my opinion.
How was Reese Witherspoon? Because I know that she is also in this film as well.
She is the love interest. She does a decent job. I mean, Reese Witherspoon usually does a decent job, and it's not her usual romantic comedy type role. She was in a movie, I believe it was called Highway. It was with Kiefer Sutherland. It was one of her earlier roles. She has that type of role in it where it's a little more dark, and you're trying to find out, does she really love Mud, or is she just using him?
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Geno.
you.
We appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
The Real Opinion is brought to you by Rainstorm Car Wash. Get in and get clean today.